Hi, my name is Zheng Wei. In this video, I'll be sharing my internship experience at StoreHub and my personal reflection from this placement. So I managed to secure a 3-month placement with StoreHub under the business development team as a special projects intern. So a little background about my host supervisor, StoreHub. StoreHub is one of the Southeast Asia fastest growing technology companies, serving over 15,000 businesses across the region through their B2B brand StoreHub and also B2C brand BIP. In 2020, they raised USD 8.9 million in a Series A plus funding led by Vertex Ventures. Currently, the StoreHub ecosystem consists of cloud-based POS inventory management system, Shira ordering, and also their food delivery system BIP. Here, I want to share about a project that I heavily involved since day one of my placement, which is the MDEC collaboration. So under the MDEC collaboration, there are two campaigns. The first will be Go E-commerce onboarding campaign, which is an initiative by government to encourage the adoption of e-commerce and e-payment by local businesses. This is to help businesses widen their market reach via e-commerce and e-payment. The second will be Shop Malaysia online campaign, featuring sales campaign to encourage online consumption. So involved this MDEC collaboration, StoreHub will offer some subsidy on selected products and also issue promo codes on their BIP app for consumers to redeem. And then we can claim back a portion of this subsidy financial initiative distribute from MDEC. So I'm responsible for tracking the weekly KPI and identify pain points for improvement. So at the start of the campaign, MDEC has set a maximum claimer amount. So ideally, we should be able to utilize all these claims quotas. So every week, I will track the progress of claims and benchmark against our internal KPI, and then conduct some further analysis and relay this information to marketing team. The marketing team will then strategize their weekly marketing plan based on the information that I pass on to roll out various marketing plans to support the campaign and also bump up our claims amount. So I'm also responsible for preparing the weekly, monthly, and final report. So I will have to identify the items of promo codes that are claimable from a huge pool of data and also identify the claimer about for each transaction of promo. And then I have to manipulate the data sets to meet reporting requirements such as obtain the GMV breakdown by states, calculate the number of unique customers, and etc. Lastly, I will be assisting in running the data collection campaign. So in order to submit for claims, MDEC requires certain merchant information that we have to collect. So in the first phase, I mainly source the required information from various internal databases, such as Salesforce, Metabase, and also PlanHead. In the second phase, I start reaching out to merchants via phone call and also sending emails and SMS blasts. Next, after then the MDEC campaign, my other roles and responsibilities include B2B partnership research, developing pitching decks and script for QR cashback, and also develop dashboard to track and build QR traffic. Overall, my heavy involvement in MDEC campaigns allowed me to interact and collaborate with different teams in StoreHub, such as the marketing team, sales team, and onboarding team. Each week we'll have a weekly huddle to understand each team progresses and share our focus and successes. We also discuss our KPI for the following week. So most of the time, I work closely with marketing teams, especially the marketing operations team, to monitor the claims progress and also roll out initiative to improve our claims. In terms of overall communication with other harbors, StoreHub practice a flat hierarchy structure. So to me, it was very easy to reach out to anybody regardless of their position. In StoreHub, we have a dedicated app for our daily communications. It functions just like any messaging app, so we can just like ping anybody on the app if we need some help or we need to talk to them. So the overall communication interaction, I would say, is very easy, and my fellow colleagues are very friendly as well. Throughout my placement, I've gained and improved various skills that are transferable and believe will benefit my future career no matter which industry that I venture in. First of all, I believe that I've improved my data skills a lot, such as handling large data sets, data visualization, data wrangling, and also programming. In today's world, we cannot run away from working with data as more and more companies embark on digital transformation. Ability to work with data and deriving insights from it, I think, is a very valuable skill set. As the saying goes, a picture speaks better than 1,000 words. So data visualization helps us to tell stories by creating data in the form that is easier to understand and also highlight the key message that we want to convey to our audience. And data wrangling is important as we will need to transform data into a more usable format that meets our requirements. Another key skill that I gained will be programming skills, which is Python and SQL. Python currently is the #1 programming language, and SQL is essential for us especially if you need to navigate across various databases. Other soft skills that I guess will be improving my business acumen, communication skills, and also project management. I've identified a few challenges and successes during my placement. First of all will be the task that are assigned me is quite repetitive and very tedious. So every day I will have to update the list of merchants and their information, such as GMV, transaction, unique customer, promo codes used, and etc. So overall, and then the calculation part is also very tedious and very lengthy. But towards the end, I'm more used to it and find it less boring. And also partly because I feel that I am quite competent in the job. So as it progressed, it felt better and less mundane. So I also have difficulties concentrating for long hours, especially I'm in the office. So I've not used to sitting out and doing work for a long period of time. And then due to COVID SOPs, and it's not possible to move around the office, like to stretch around, relax myself a bit. So I stuck in my place from start of work until the end, except for lunchtime and toilet break. So until today, I'm still trying to adjust myself to the working environment. Lastly, it will be communication issues. Being an introvert, I am quite shy and do not take initiative in starting conversations. So initially at team lunch, I'm mostly silent and do not know how to engage in conversation with my colleagues. But slowly, as I become more familiar with them, I start having more conversations and communicate with them better. So a few things that I really take pride in, which I consider my success during my placement. First of all, I'm able to complete the MDEC campaign reporting 2 days ahead of internet schedule. So based on this, I think I'm really competent in doing my job. And also, since my placement, I'm the only person handling all these campaign performance reporting. So being able to work independently and with minimal supervision and complete the task ahead of time, I think it's a great success for me. Another thing I'm proud of is I managed to step out of my comfort zone and conduct outbound calls. So I've reached out to almost 300 merchants via call, and it was definitely a huge step out of my comfort zone. As I mentioned, I'm very shy and I never imagined that I will be able to do this kind of outreach call, and it definitely is a very different experience for me. So what I learned about myself, couple things that I learned about myself is, first of all, is my working style. Since it's my first professional working experience, I discovered what is my preferred working style. So I noticed that I work better when individually and prefer less supervision and intervention. So during the start, my manager has to check in very frequently with me, and to me, it kind of affect my work progress. And after aligning with her, we agreed on the end of that check-in, and she promised and she agreed also to give me more freedom and authority in my work. So in the future, I would prefer a job that do not have micromanaging and also have a lot more authority in terms of my work. Next, I realized I have difficulty concentrating for long hours. Aforementioned, I'm not used to like sitting down and do work for long hours, and I feel like I very easily lose focus. Sometimes I can be also a bit disorganized and juggle between multiple tasks at a time. So moving forward, I will try to plan my time and settle one task at a time to prevent backlog of tasks. In terms of strengths, I received quite a lot of positive feedback regarding my ability to grasp concept fast, which is something that I never know of because I consider myself a slow learner and takes time to absorb new information. Also, I've been praised for my proactiveness and taking initiative in seeking additional tasks to make my placement fruitful because I wanted to maximize my time here and learn as much as I do. So I always seek for additional work and also opportunities to grow myself. So this statement has also brought a new perspective to my career objective. So I used to want to work in a startup due to the impression that startups are more flexible and provides more learning and growth opportunities. So I have to agree that the learning curve is very steep, and as we take on more responsibilities, we will learn a lot more. But I find that in my early career stage, startup is not really suitable for me because working in a startup is very fast-paced and constantly changing. And also like a lot of time, you still have to figure it out, the things yourself, and the procedures and also the overall framework is not really set yet. So I feel that I will learn more and benefit more if I will be in the more established and stable process and not like have to figure out solution myself. Also, another thing that this placement opens my eyes is it really affirms my desire to work in a job that heavily deals with data. I find that I'm quite good at technical stuff, and it's more of an analytical person. So this kind of job will suit my personality better. And also I find that I used to like flexible working arrangement, but I find that flexible working arrangement has blurred the line between working and personal time. So currently our office is in a hybrid mode, so there are days that we work from home and days that we work in office. So when working from home, I will have a schedule for myself to follow, but I often have to walk past my scheduled hours to deal with other requirements. So despite having a fixed working hours, I always have to respond to other requests and deal with last minute tasks. So I find that it's something that I do not enjoy and prefer a fixed working arrangement like in the office. After I come back office, I can really set a clear time between my working hours and also my personal time. So in terms of feedback, StoreHub has a really well set up feedback channel. So each month, each of us will have a one-on-one session with my immediate supervisor to discuss our performance for the last month. Generally, I receive positive feedback from a manager as I'm competent in my job, complete tasks on time, and also grasp new concepts really quickly. So moving forward to improve, my manager suggests me to ask better questions by providing the context, by providing more context to the question, and also like put in more information like what I have tried and what I need when asking questions, so they can easily respond to my need and not try to figure out what my exact needs are. I also need to be more proactive in engaging with fellow hubbers, and for this, I think I've achieved it. As I get more familiar with my colleagues, I will be able to communicate more easily and have better conversations with them. So during a daily end of day check-in, my manager also provide feedback to help me improve my work, and I will make necessary adjustments according to her feedback. So in short, my journey at StoreHub is definitely a very fruitful one. I enjoyed the people and culture here a lot and felt very welcome to this company. When searching for a placement, I'm looking for a job that is impactful and provide me with abundant growth opportunities. And I believe that StoreHub has really met these two criteria. So I've grown a lot as a person and also improved my skill sets, such as data skills, communication, and project management. So moving on, I believe these skills will better prepare me for my future career path. And that's all for my sharing. Thank you.